Welcome back to another video, everybody. We got some more work done. We got the wastegates mounted. I mean, they're not tight right now, but they're both mounted, and that's about where the pipe is going to come out of the hood. So far, we got the radiator system set up. The hose is all cut down. The turbo is mounted where they're going to be. I'll probably adjust that just a little bit and have it go around this shield here. But that's looking good. This side, a little tight. There's quite a few hoses here, transmission lines. Coolant hoses right by the bottom of the cold side of the turbo. So the plan today is we got to get the cold side on here. So we're gonna have to rip apart the bottom part of this bumper, get the intercooler mounted. I don't know why, but this Speed Engineering kit doesn't put the intercooler where like every single other turbo kit puts them. Usually they put them right in front here behind the grill to get the most airflow. Well, they have you mount it like down here facing the ground almost. So it's like, maybe there's more air that gets swooped up into it to cool the compressed air down from the bottom. I don't know. I would rather have it right here, but in order for me to put it right here behind the grill, I'd have to have all the cold side piping refabricated, which I'm not about to go bring all these pipes to a fabricator to get it to fit under the truck that way. So we're gonna go with what the kit tells you to do. We're gonna put the cold side on today. Got all the hoses unboxed, all the clamps unboxed, brackets for the intercooler. You can't really see them right now, but just some L-shaped brackets that'll hold the intercooler up. We gotta do that today, get that mounted up real nice. That's the goal of the day, cold side, and then maybe after that, I'll probably get the cooling harness pinned into the ECU, and then maybe get the ignition coils and plugs on. And then after that, we'll probably mount the computer, because right now I have it kind of tucked under this shield. Get the cold side done. We got some new spark plug wires too. That'll be nice. Even though I just bought a set of OEM ones, maybe these will work a little better. I don't know. They look pretty OEM, but we'll see. That's the goal. Let's get going. All right, guys, we got the brackets on for the intercooler. As I'm bolting these on and putting the adapters on here on the bumper bracket, it is still really nasty under here, so we're gonna have to clean a lot of this when we're done with the turbo kit, because that's gonna bug me. So we're gonna have to grease and re-power wash all that and use a lot of brake clean and clean it all off, because I just don't like all that stuff on my vehicles. So, but yeah, guys, we got the brackets on, everything's looking good, and we're about to bolt up the intercooler and get that up on here. And then we'll be able to put on the cold side pipes, button the rest of this stuff up. So, let's get it done. All right, intercooler is mounted. It's not quite bolted in completely yet. I need to keep it loose so I can get the piping on easier. Another thing I need to do is figure out what I'm gonna do about the computer here. I need to have I need to either make another bracket to protect the computer from elements from the tire, because I took that inner liner out. I know I should have probably left it in there to keep everything protected here. But at the same time, this will never be driven in the rain or snow or anything. So I will make a bracket to keep the computer clean and safe. And then, although we won't be putting the plastic liner back in, it'll make maintenance like 100 times easier to just keep it all open. We'll do some cleaning though. We'll clean up all these wires and tuck them up real nicely and keep them out of the way of the tire. So that's the plan right now. Let's finish the piping and get all of that bolted up to the engine, so we can finally see what the final product looks like with all the piping in place. So, other than the exhaust, of course, we got to figure that out yet once we get everything else done. So let's go. All right, big update. It's been a few hours. Cold side is in. I got the sensor in. I got to rewire that Actually, no, I had the old style, so this already came wired, so I gotta plug that in when I get the chance to do the harness. And then, yep, I got the piping all the way down. Blow off valves tucked in already. Got the fittings on those. And because I'm relocating the battery, I will have room here for the computer, so I'm gonna probably make a bracket that comes up and over just to, I mean, it's not gonna go anywhere because the harness is tucked under the aluminum bar right there that I put in, but just so it doesn't move around, I'm going to probably make a bracket somewhere in here just to safeten it down a little bit better. But they gave me an option of the big air filter on both sides. That side's got plenty of room for the big filter because there's nothing over there, but this side, they give you this option to have a tiny filter if you want to keep the battery here, or they give you the option to put the big one here. So since I'm relocating the battery, I'm going to be able to put the big one on here. And then if I ever need to get down here to the blow off valve for any reason, I can just take that right off and I have full access there. I got all the clamps done. The wastegates are probably the only thing that's still loose, because the only thing I'm going to be fighting is this tight spot here for the exhaust. So I'm going to have a pipe. I mean, here's the idler pulley, and it's the plastic one, of course. So I'm going to have to wrap the exhaust pipe here really well to keep the heat away from this pulley. I'll probably have to carry a couple of these pulleys around in the truck, just spares, and maybe an extra belt too. But yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to have a 90 made just right to come up through this little hole that I have here. This side will be a lot easier. There's a lot more room here. I'll still wrap it with some heat wrap to keep the alternator from getting excessive heat, and then along with the upper radiator hose. So, and I'm thinking I'm probably gonna have the wastegate flange here cut maybe right at the bottom there, and then have it extended with normal piping, because this just kind of looks funny. I mean, I may leave it there for now while I'm see what we have for leaks and all that, but I think the finished product, we should probably get rid of this and get a solid piece that goes straight up, or maybe flares that way. But I thought about it. I was like, if I could really get my fabricator to make this perfect, I could have them do the 90 really tight. Instead of going straight up, have them do a full 180 here and then go right out the fender. And then I'd cut a hole right here and have the exhaust on both sides. The only problem, this would be, I would have to come up and have the angle just right, and it would pretty much, it'd be perfect over here. There's plenty of room over here, but it'd be running along the intake here, and it would probably get everything really hot, and I would have to make it so it doesn't hit the oil feed here. And I don't know, the easiest way is going to be just to have it go straight up and just wrap the pipes with heat wrap to keep it all safe. So that's gonna have to be the plan. I don't feel like tearing this whole thing apart, just to put the exhaust pipes back where they're originally supposed to go, which is underneath on both sides. But then I'd be dealing with hard to maintenance spark plugs and wires and all that. So I like the idea of just going straight up right here and right here. We'll cut 2 holes in the hood wherever it gets set. Actually 4, because we'll have one for this one and the wastegate here too. So that's gonna be the easiest. If I was looking for this to be some sort of daily driver, which I never would, but if I really wanted to make it practical, I would put the pipes back underneath the headers the way they're supposed to be and have it exit out the back like a normal truck. So cold sides in, intercooler. Here's a shot at the intercooler. Let's get right under there. So I don't know if I should cut like right here in this little plastic piece, just go up to this rivet here and then go over to where the intercooler ends right here, just to give it a little more airflow. I might do that, but it sits so low you wouldn't even be able to see that anyways. But I may end up doing that at least to this bottom lip here where this seam is at. So just let it get more airflow. It needs to cool that compressed air down. So that's where we're at right now. I got the hose ready. They give you a diagram on how to link it up, so I don't have to look through forums and figure out how to do the whole twin turbo setup. I pretty much got it memorized how to do a normal or a single turbo setup, but this has got twice as many turbos, wastegates, blow off valves, and all that. So I'm glad they gave me that chart, because it'll make it a lot easier. I'll have everything routed really nice, clean it up real good. But I think on the next video, I'm gonna be doing the ignition coils, spark plug wires, and getting the harness back on everything and buttoning up everything on top of the intake here. I do have a list of a lot of other stuff I still need to get. I needed to get new battery wiring. I need to get a catch can because they gave me these little filters that go, they just kind of vent to the atmosphere, but they just make a mess. It gets all misty of oil in the engine bay, and that's what I did on my last 2 projects, just because it's easy. You can just slap it on each side of the valve cover, or each valve cover, and you're done. But I think we should do it a little more nicely this time. We got a whole entrance right there. We're gonna have a hose coming off there, and then a hose coming off right here. And we're gonna meet them together and do a catch can probably somewhere over there. I don't know, that'd be a good spot for a meth kit in the future, I think. I should probably mount the meth kit in the bed also, just to keep it from boiling. But that's what we're gonna do, probably mount the catch can back in that corner since we got plenty of room there. But that's what it looks like. We got a lot of progress in just a few days, so a lot going on here. Got some new O2 sensors. I got to reroute those and get extensions for those to come up to the front because I'm going to have the exhaust come out the hood. So I got to get the harness extended for the O2 sensors all the way to the front. There's a lot to do yet. I mean, it may look like I have most of it done, but that's probably half of it. The turbo kit's half of what you need to do. The other half is all the supporting mods. I still need to get a wideband. I need to rewire the O2s like I just said, catch can, battery relocation. I gotta get all the hoses and fittings done for the vacuum. I got a vacuum block that came with the kit too. This is sweet. I'll probably mount this up here by the brake booster and tee that in with the brake booster hose right here. That'll be nice. I'll have plenty of ports for the boost gauge is something else I gotta get to. I'll have the boost gauge and then the vacuum for the hoses for the blow-off valve, wastegate, and all that. So super nice block here. I'll be able to mount that. It'd be sweet if I could mount it right here where this, oh, it's so close to being able to mount right there. I don't know if I'd want it there anyways next to the headers, but maybe I'll mount it up here somewhere. It'll look nice, and I'll have all these extra ports for all kinds of vacuum. So well, these coils look really good too. A lot of fittings, a lot left to do, but it is looking awesome. I'm gonna try to clean up in here for the day and get ready for work tomorrow. Still got a few more weeks of a lot of hours at work, so we'll just keep putzing away at this thing until it's ready to fire up. Hopefully I can fire it up before the snow starts coming and I can maybe drive it around the block and get a couple miles on it just to see how everything's going, work out any leaks it has, or guarantee I'm gonna have some exhaust leaks coming out of the wastegate flange here. It's really hard to get to these bolts that bolt the turbo onto the wastegate flange because these are Allen heads, so they're super hard to get. The 4th one is always a pain to get to. I had to fabricate a little Allen tool here just to get it on there barely, and I hope it's not leaking there. We'll work it out when we get it fired up. But there's the update. Twin turbo regular cab short bed. Stock by the Man 5.3. Exhaust out the hood. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Later.